Start. Welcome back in with King family to another F1 Manager 2022 video. Alright, so it's race day. Let's get into the race. Alright, so we're gonna select our strategies. We're gonna go mediums. Let's go 25 here. Yeah, let's update that for Lewis Hamilton. So strategy A for Lewis. As for George Russell, we're gonna go a bit long, so we're gonna go hards. Let me see these hards into softs. We could go a little less. Bring back those softs. Let's go 40 laps on the hards. What if we bring in mediums into the fray here? And we could ball those mediums out. If we're gonna go mediums, we could go a little shorter on the hards. Let's go 35 on the hards, and then we'll come back to mediums to go to the end with George Russell here. Yep, we'll go with that. Let's update that. And then we'll run with that for George Russell. Since he's going to be starting in the back, we want to go along with him and see what we could do there. Alright. Alright, so our strategies are set. Let's go. We have 63 laps worth of fuel. Alright. Oh, we could start our drivers off. Yeah, we'll start off on standard. And as for ERS, yeah, we'll start off normal, at normal speed. Let's jump on into the race.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere as ever is electric. And here we've got Lewis Hamilton. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. And here we can see Russell.
Russell already in his car. So we made a huge mistake again in qualifying with George Russell. We sent him out way too early by accident, and he got qualified in P14. Lewis is up in P5 though. So let's see if Lewis can take a quick dive down the inside and pick up a position. Alright. Nice. There we go, Lewis. Get in there. There we go. Nice start there. Come on, Lewis. You got this. Let's go overtake mode.
Then overtake will be available.
So Lewis can push down his foot. And then we can cut it back down to neutral. He's now in his position. Alright. So we're going to let him drive. Let our drivers drive. Lando Norris is one of the drivers we want to pay most attention to here, as he's in the back today.
Serious setback for Mercedes after multiple overtakes there.
So Russell lost 2 positions from his start. We're going to push him though to get the job done. Alright. He can do it. Alright, we'll bring it back up down to neutral, so he deploys when he deems necessary. We're just gonna stick with the front runners until it's time for DRS, and then we'll move aggressive from there. Alright, Russell down to P15. He started in P14, right on the tail of Ricardo here, looking good. So nothing should change at the moment. Tires are getting hot, says Lewis. How the tires are getting hot? And it's on mediums. Let me see what tires everybody's on. Mediums and hards. Guys in the back on softs. So medium hard is the strategy. Right on Perez. Looking good. Russell right on Ricardo. So we're looking good. See if we can push overtake on Russell.
Overtake.
See if he can get around Ricardo here. Tires are getting a little bit warm. They're slightly overeaten. Alright, so we're going to slow it down. We don't want to push these tires too much. Let's go light and warm up the tires. Let's go light, warm up the tires. Cool them down a bit. Just to cool them down a bit. And let them warm them up. Starting to rain outside, so it's going to be a bit noisy as rain is now outside. Alright, so we're looking good. We're right on Perez, right on him. Lewis Hamilton. Russell, right on Ricardo. DRS is now available, so we're going to let them push mainly on the main straight as they go for the overtakes. Let me try and get drive is looking good. Alright, so let's see what tires. Perez is on hards. Alright, Perez and Sainz is on hards. Verstappen and Leclerc on mediums. Alright. Alright, so we're going to keep our tires just right there. Let's push now for Lewis to overtake. And let's push Russell to overtake as well. So they should have DRS down the main straight here. There goes Lewis with his DRS overtaken. We'll cut it back down to neutral. See if Russell can get the position. Nope, he's off. We're going to cut it back down to neutral. So Lewis picks up on Perez. Nice overtake there on Perez from Lewis.
Watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one.
Let's see if we can close down the gap to call up Sainz with our Lewis here. We're going to go deploy up the hill. Deploy up the hill. And we're just going to let them deploy a little bit. We could just cut back down to neutral now on our ERS. And then we're going to cut them up to overtake around the straight. Whenever we're hitting that straight, we're going to hit Lewis to defend his position. Do it there. And then we're going to hit Russell to overtake for him to pick up some speed on Ricardo. So we should have DRS. Lewis is not going to have DRS. Sainz should have DRS on him, but he should be defending that position. And there we go. So Sainz came down really nice, and we're going to cut it back down to neutral. And we're going to cut it back down to neutral on Russell, as he should have gotten DRS on Ricardo, closing down the gap there. Alright, so let me see. Sainz is on those hards. And he's 3 seconds. Lewis seems not to be catching up to Sainz. Sainz seems to be pulling away from Lewis. Don't know why that is. That Sainz's car is a bit faster anyway, so one would expect that. Alright, we're going to set Lewis to defend. Or we could go deploy and try and go down the straight as fast as possible. So we don't yet. Let's go deploy. And let's go deploy as well for Russell. And that should give him a better, let's go overtake on Russell. That should give him a better angle to get Ricardo now. As Hamilton deploys and protects his position. And we're gonna just cut him back down. And here comes Russell. Still unable to get around Ricardo, though Ricardo has DRS as well. Russell's still unavailable to get around Ricardo. We're gonna cut it down there. All right, so since we're not picking up any positions, let's go up to the big screen and save some time. Russell have quite a good amount of fuel here. We see signs not dropping off of those guys on those mediums. He's holding strong. So we're just gonna boost around for a few laps here. And Russell has loads of extra fuel now, so we're gonna let him deploy on the straights. Push George Russell there, and then go overtake. See if he can get Ricardo, who seems to have DRS still. Hamilton losing the position to Perez. Let's cut back down to neutral on Russell and cut him back down to regular, and then we'll go back on Lewis Hamilton. And we're gonna go deploy on Hamilton, and he should retake that position from Perez. As Perez are on those hards and we're on those mediums. Come on, Perez, Hamilton, get him now, get him now. There we go. And we're gonna cut back down to neutral. We're gonna have to go to harvest for this lap. We're gonna go harvest for this lap. Russell up to P. Didn't I just see Russell up to P14? He's still in P15, so we're gonna harvest so on ERS for 2 laps, and then we're gonna go back to neutral.
Red Bull moved up.
Perez pulling back up in front of Hamilton. That's all right. So we're gonna harvest, continue to harvest here, and then we're gonna come back up.
Looks like there's been a lockup.
All right, so we're gonna come back up now to neutral after 2 laps of harvesting. Come back up to neutral, and as we can see, Perez has pulled himself out of DRS from Lewis Hamilton, so we're now just gonna be cruising behind him. We're on mediums, 78% on ore tires. We're gonna go for 25 laps, then we're gonna come to hards and go to the finish on those hards. We're using this screen so the time kind of runs down, save on some time, speed it up a bit. Get a few laps in there. We see Russell now up to P14. Up to P13 now is George Russell. We see those soft runners had to pit. All of those who are on softs has already pitted. We continue to let our drivers just cruise for now to pick up some position. So let's go up to lap 20, then we're going to slow it back down for a little, then we'll speed back up again.
It's a race position gain.
Right, so lap 20, we see Russell doing good. Let's watch that.
Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
Down the inside of Norris, closing that exit. A really nice drive from George on his hards going long. There we go. Alright, so we have Sergio Perez right up ahead. Our ERS usage is good. There you see George Russell has gotten both McLarens now. So we're gonna let him push some fuel. Push some of that extra fuel.
Reduce lift and coast. Yeah.
and try and pull away. Go catch up to Zhou. Now we're gonna speed it up again for now. Laps. We're closing into our pit window with Lewis Hamilton. Let me see. Not that button, wrong one. There we go. We're closing into our pit window on Hamilton, but his tire wear has been doing really well compared to our pit window, so we might be able to extend our laps with Hamilton here. We could start going aggressive on those tires into his pit window. So we'll let Hamilton go a little bit aggressive on those tires into his pit window, and that should close down the gap a little more. Yep, enter the pit window. That should close the gap down a little more on Perez. Alright, so we also want to get Lewis to push, so we're going to go deploy right here, and then we're going to go push with Lewis, and then we're going to go attack, just to let him burn those tires down a bit as we go and try to create some distance as well. So our pit stop, we get out right in front of that pack of cars that's coming down. So we've caught up to Perez as we continue to push, or Hamilton here on Perez. We should clear Perez and go extend these tires a bit and burn them down a bit. And then we're going to come back in to our pit window. And we're closing in on that pit window. Got Perez. Nice overtake there.
So we are low on battery at the moment.
So we need to go to harvest as we go into our pit window.
Lewis.
As you can see, we're even in the plus on fuel, though we've been pushing Hamilton. Got that overtake from Perez. Though we've been pushing Hamilton, as you can see, our fuel is in the plus for some strange reason. But we'll take it. We'll take it, and his battery is now down to a harvest. So we're gonna harvest and push, keep pushing on those tires into that pit window for Lewis and see if he can create some distance. We're pushing straight into that pit window. We're getting in there. 25 laps is where we were going to go to pit, and we're now down to 57% on tires. We might be able to extend those laps and go for a little longer on Lewis and let him push a little harder here and see if he can go and catch up. 11 seconds off of Sainz, so I doubt he's going to be able to go catch up to Sainz, but we can keep pushing him for a few extra laps. George Russell here, looking good. His pit window is coming in as well, and we're gonna cut him down to balance. I didn't even notice that we had Russell on push. I didn't even notice we had him on push there. But we'll keep pushing Lewis. Blue flags as he tries to pull away from Perez. And you eat down on those tires.
So Verstappen in the pits, he will come ahead 5
What's wrong with our powertrain? Hold on. What's wrong with the... Alright, option to pit. So we're now at our option to pit. We said we were gonna go to hards and go to the end. Estimate exit is P13. Do we want to do that right now? Alright, so we want to ignore... Nope, we want to ignore that for right now. Our pit option. Pit option, we want to ignore that for right now. Yeah, we want to ignore that for right now. Verstappen is in the pits. What did Max Verstappen come back out to? Hards. Alright, so we're going to go to pit now. Let's go to pit. Let's bring Hamilton in. for his hards. Yep, let's pit Hamilton for his hard.
Okay, Lewis, so box.
And we'll let him push. We're letting him push in for his hards. And we're just going to deploy everything. We're going to go, come on, go deploy everything going in. So he puts in a fastest time as possible. %52 on those tires. Here we go for our pit entry. Lewis in the pit. Alright, so we're getting out in front of Verstappen. We're coming out right behind Max Verstappen here. Come on, Lewis. Go, go, go. Go, 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 man. Go, go. Ah, we're still in the pits. Alright, we're coming out behind Joe. Come on, man. Get on it. Get on it, Lewis. Get on it. Alright, so we want to cut down to light so we don't burn our tires down. And then we're going to cut down the fuel to standard. And we're going to cut down to neutral to warm those tires up. So we warm those tires up. Russell is right in front.
Increase in lift and coast just a little. Understood.
Alright, balance, and Russell is on warm. Alright. So we're gonna let Russell go aggressive into his pit window.
Let's take a look at the replay. All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here.
Yeah, he didn't spin out, luckily. He just went wide. Alright, so for now we're gonna go back to speed up since we're in our optimal position as Lewis warms the tires up. So we're going to do about 2 laps and then we're going to cut him up back to standards. We have that on neutral. So our tires should be up to good temperature here. I don't know what's wrong with his powertrain. Oh, gearbox at 38%, so we might need to change gearbox soon for the next race. Alright, so we're going to bring now Hamilton up to standard on his tires as we continue to push Russell aggressively. So we and Verstappen on the same tires. Leclerc pitted as well. We didn't catch Leclerc on his pit stop. Hamilton is going to be going to the end on those hards as Russell push his pace to go catch up. Hamilton is right behind. Alright, so we've entered the pit window for George Russell.
Let's look. We're watching Nicholas Latifi. Well, they've lost it. They've locked up.
Oh, he slammed in the wall. That's going to be position lost for Latifi.
We've just had a car run wide. We can take
Bottas
a look now.
running wide.
Valtteri Bottas.
There he goes.
Wide, and there we can see
He
them.
lost 2 positions. Alright, so let's see who's in front of us. We have our pit window is gonna be when, and we're gonna go to fresh mediums. When is our pit window? Lap 32. Pit window lap, so we're gonna go lap 38, 32 to 38. So we're gonna go 38 for our pit. For our Russell here. We're gonna go lap 38 for our Russell. Lewis Hamilton right behind. So Russell should go to pit. Alonso should go to pit. Perez, Sainz should go to pit, but they're like way out. Right, we have that on neutral. As Russell continues to push, Hamilton gaining on Russell. We want to tell Russell not to fight. Do not fight, teammate. then we're gonna go aggressive on Hamilton and let him push past Russell.
Let's push.
As Russell is in his pit window as well. Let's go up the track and kind of speed it up a little bit. There goes Alonso up to P5, so we should get him and Zoe when they go to pit with our Hamilton.
I think we've had a car run wide.
So what we want to do now is bring Russell in before they come to pit, and hopefully our Russell comes out right behind Norris. All right, so we're gonna let Russell push a bit here. Let's go push a bit here on Russell, burn some of that fuel. All right, so here comes our pit option. 35 is where we wanted him to pit for those mediums. He doesn't need, yeah, there's a fresh set of mediums. Let me see something here. Just a second. All right, yeah, so we're gonna bring Russell in this lap. So we're gonna bring Russell in this lap for those fresh mediums. Let's bring him in for those mediums. And box.
Okay, so box. It's box.
All right.
Yes, box.
And cut back Lewis to standard as Russell let Lewis pass. Not fight his teammate. And turn that back off. As he already let him pass, so we just turn it back off. Let's see if we have gearbox issue with Russell. Nope. He's good, so we're gonna go. Yeah, we can't go aggressive with Russell. We just want him to stick behind Lewis here, as Lewis will take that close position, and we want Russell to come in and back out in good positions. All right, let's speed up here. Save some time. There goes Russell in, and on his exit, he came out right behind, right in front of Ocon is where he's at. We want to cut that down to standard, and we want to cut back down to balance. We don't want him to push those tires too much. And we'll let him stay. Ocon has fresh hard tires as he pit, but Russell mediums are newer, so Russell should do a lot better. All right, so there we go. We've made all our pit stops. Now it's a matter of watching our drivers to the finish, so we can keep them on this menu, as George Russell should be able to pick up some position. They're gonna let him warm those tires up, and then we're gonna cut him up to aggressive. Tires should be up to temperatures now, as he did like a complete lap on those tires, so they should be up to good temperatures now. So we're gonna let him go attack. All right. Yep, we're gonna let him go attack and make his way on those guys. All right, Lewis Hamilton, who is this now on Guan Yu Zhou. All right, so we're gonna let him stay on neutral. Let him stay. We have some good fuel in there. We could cut Lewis up to push on Zhou. And Zhou and Alonso should go to pit. Sainz as well have not gone to pit, but we're way behind on Sainz, so we should not be able to catch Sainz when he decides to go to pit. All right, Hamilton trying to get by here. You should have DRS on Zhou, so he should get by any minute now as he push on Zhou. Let's go Lewis. So we should have Lewis and Russell should finish this race in about P5 and P6 is where we're looking to finish. P5, P6 is where we're looking to finish with both drivers. Yes, Norris has not pitted as yet, so we expect Norris to go to pit. Here comes Lewis. We're gonna deploy right about here, so he goes fully down the DRS straight. He should have DRS now on this straight by pit. Here we go. You should see the DRS lights up. There it goes, lighting up, and there goes the wing wide open as Lewis fly by. That's that position. We're gonna cut back down to harvest, so we use less, and cut back down to balance as he go charge down Alonso, who's just down the road.
Awesome work, Lewis. Come on.
All right, so here comes somebody's in the pit, and Russell is picking that position up.
Yep.
So somebody went to pit, and Russell picked up that position. So we have Lando Norris up ahead on our Russell, and we have Alonso up ahead, who have not gone to pit yet, so we should pick up those two. Let's go overtake mode with Russell, since he has a good amount. And let's go neutral with Lewis. So he goes and hunt down Alonso. And let's speed it up a little here in the time of the video. Let's get a few laps in there.
So watch out for ERS.
Russell ERS is out. We have to cut him down to harvest now.
Great job.
And he got Lando Norris.
To charge a bit the pack.
So he's now catching up to Zoe. Russell overtake Norris. Let's see.
Let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
And we got Lando Norris. We should be getting some more positions because we're on faster tires, while they're on older tires. And if they're going back to pit, we should get a good position. If they pit twice here, we should do good. I doubt they're going to be going for 2 pit stops, but we should do good. We still have Perez and Alonso in front of Lewis Hamilton, who has not pitted just yet. Let's see how far is Perez on Hamilton. He got good distance on Hamilton. There he is right there, and there is Hamilton right behind Alonso. So Perez has good distance on Hamilton. And we're gonna go a little bit aggressive with Lewis Hamilton here.
Just push.
As we bring now Russell, we could bring him back up to neutral.
No need to charge.
And then we're gonna speed them up again. All right. So Hamilton got Alonso there as he's flying to catch up.
It's a race position.
There we go. Let's watch that. Hamilton gets in Alonso. DRS.
Lewis Hamilton involved in
flying there. Out the way, Alonso. Haven't pitted us yet. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, man. Let's speed it up.
Got a car stuck on track.
Car stuck on track. Which car is that, though?
Oh, and that's a crash. Let's take
Stroll
a look at the
crashed.
Let's
Crashed.
have a look here. This
So is that going to be a
was down
safety car? Is that going to be a safety car? Yep, crashed. Yep, that's crashed. Let's see if there's a safety car. Let's see if there's a safety car. So no safety car deployed. Not even a virtual safety car deployed. A safety car would have been nice for our drivers. We could have dived in for some fresh tires right there and then come back on out. All right, so no safety car. We're gonna speed it back up. Perez still has not pitted as yet. Zhou and Alonso still have not pitted as yet. Russell gaining really nicely on Zhou and Alonso. So when they decide to go to pit, Russell will be right on them. All right, let's speed it up. Signs in pit. We're not. Perez pitted. Hamilton got Perez. Hamilton got Perez. Hamilton got Perez on the pit stop. Perez pitted. Hamilton got him. All right, so we got Perez. Perez pitted. Russell up to P6 as well. But Perez is going to be on fresh softs. Can we hold Perez off to the end is the question. Hopefully we have enough time to hold him off. Hopefully we have enough time. We're 2 minutes. He's 2 minutes behind. Hopefully we have enough time to hold him off. Let's go back to the big screen and speed it up a bit. Come on, Hamilton. You got this. Keep that distance, man. Keep that distance. Keep that distance. Perez is gaining on Lewis. Perez gaining on Lewis. Perez gaining on Lewis. Come on, Hamilton. There is Perez. So Hamilton cleared the back markers and he's going. He's flying. We're gonna speed it up. There's nothing much we could do.
That is fastest lap.
That's the fastest lap for Lewis. So he's flying. We're loving it. Hamilton doing good. I doubt he's gonna keep that fastest lap though. Here comes Russell doing good as well. So we're gonna speed it up a bit. Our drivers are doing really nice here. We have fuel to go to the end with both driver, and we're looking good. All right, so P4, P6 would be a nice finish. And here comes Perez. Here he comes on his softs as our hards will start to drop off towards the end. He's getting DRS from Magnussen, so he's going to be gaining. Oh, Perez, he's not getting any DRS. He's in the clear. We're about to start getting tow from Latifi. We got Latifi out the way. All right, here we go. A few more laps to go. Russell still holding P6, so don't think Russell is going to get anywhere below P6. So it's just a matter of Hamilton holding off Perez. Let's speed it up to the last 3 laps. Here comes Lewis. All right, so it's the final 3 laps. Let's watch the final 3 laps. Hamilton still in P4.
4 laps remain.
Here's the replay.
Final
Let's take another look.
laps.
There we have Joe.
Running off the
Goodness me.
track. That's all right. Come on, Lewis. Hold him off. All right, so we're gonna go push. No, we can't push, and we can't go too much on the ERS either. He's gaining into the. He's gaining in. Let's go attack on those tires. Pick up that pace. Pick up that pace, Lewis. Let's go attack on Russell tires as well. Russell is all in by himself though. Pick up that pace, Lewis. Let's go. Pick up that pace. Gasly. Run wide. Off the track there. Didn't spin out, so not too much to worry about. Come on, Hamilton. Hold P4. Keep him outside of that zone. Latifi spinned.
Now let's look. We're watching Nicholas Latifi.
That's in the track.
What a disaster.
Right on the track. Hamilton holding off Perez, keeping him out of DRS zone. Alright, so he should get a tow behind this car here. He should get DRS because he's within DRS on the car. Keeping Perez right out, so we should have DRS. Perez should not. We should have DRS down the straight. Where's our DRS? There it is, wide open. Perez should not have DRS, so we should
3 laps remaining.
pick up a little time there. 3 laps to go. Go, 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 Lewis. 3 laps to go. Let's go, Lewis. All right, so we're gonna speed it up. And we should hold. Lewis doing good. Holding. Perez is right on us. He's gaining. Nope, he's not. We're holding him off. We're holding him off. We're doing a pretty good job to hold him off, keeping him out of DRS zone. There he is right there, doing a good job.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Bottas running wide.
Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo involved in
There
this,
he goes
and they've
wide,
gone
but he didn't
wide.
lose any position, so here we go, Lewis. All right, so for our final lap, we're gonna try and deploy everything and see if we can get a fastest lap. Russell is on the softer tires, right? So we're gonna harvest here, cut that down to conserve, save some fuel on Russell, and then we're gonna attempt to go for the fastest lap with Russell. We'll just let Hamilton hold for P4. All right. Leclerc started his fastest lap, so Leclerc is winning this one. Sainz P2, Verstappen P3, Hamilton P4, Perez P5. All right. Last lap, Lewis. Last lap. Last lap. Yeah, we'll just keep it on neutral.
One more lap.
Last lap. All right, and we should have enough for Russell to push, and then we go deploy. We should have enough for Russell to go get the fastest lap on his final lap as Hamilton holds off Perez to the finish line. P4, P6 is what we expected, and we got it. That's what our target was from the starting of the race, P4, P6, and we got our target. All right, so looking good. Looking good. Some of the parts, we saw that Russell loved some of the parts. Let's watch the finishing of the race as Russell goes for the fastest lap.
That's Leclerc.
There we go. Charles Leclerc winning the
Charles Leclerc there, taking home the win.
Imola Grand Prix. There we go. Charles Leclerc. Great drive. Great drive there from Leclerc. Great drive. Beautiful drive from Lewis Hamilton as well. They're gonna go deploy to go push to go fully across the line, flying in. There we go, crossing the line. Lewis Hamilton. Oh, zero. Conserve. Cut it down to conserve. I gotta cut it down to conserve on Russell. So he made it back to the line. You can run out of fuel here. Just so you know, you can run out of fuel.
So watch out for DRS.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's hope we get the fastest lap nonetheless with George Russell. Let's hope. If not, that's okay. We almost ran out of fuel there. It's all right. We didn't get the fastest lap this time around. So first race, we're not getting. Oh, George Russell. Oh, he got a good sector 2. He got a great sector 2. That's that final sector because of the fuel. Man, it's because of the fuel. We would have pulled off the fastest lap there. Oh man, George Russell. We would have pulled it off. But yeah, P4 Lewis, P6 Russell. Awesome race there. Another great finish as we continue to level up our car and work on getting our drivers up in the front row, getting on our first podium. All right, definitely a great race there. Yep, we definitely need just that little fine tuning and a little more upgrades on those new parts to get them in there and get the car going fully. As we see, Hamilton gearbox had some issues as well, so we're gonna have to switch that out for our next race. But there we go. Hamilton P4, George Russell P6. Great run. Carlos Sainz getting the fastest time. Russell almost got in the fastest time, but we had to cut down on the fuel or else he would have run out, and we didn't want that at all. Lewis and Russell, nice in the Drivers' Championships, P5, P6, looking good. And we are P3 in our Constructors Champions, where our board want us to be. So that's going to basically be it. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Did you enjoy this one? Use code word AMG down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you for all your support as we continue to push our drivers to get those top spots, to start being on the podium, and yeah, getting more of those wins. But that's going to be it for this one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Well, good guys. Bye.